All the way from the start, I can feel it in my heart, like all the way from the start.
Hey, what's going on out there? I'm Sean Devine. Hope you all are doing well. Today we have part 2 in the Mixing Rap Vocals with Waves plugin series. In the first part, we set up a cool vocal chain with a nice warm tone, a couple of different compressors that we had here, and then we balanced our backing tracks as well as our punches. So let me go ahead and play this back for you, let you hear what we did. And then today we're going to be jumping into some of the reverb, delay, spatial effects, as well as mixing these ad-libs and a couple of these singing ad-libs. We're going to do some tuning using Waves Tune, and then we have a couple other that we'll do some unique effects with. So let's play this back.
I've been going through it lately, testing my patience. This world wants to break me down. Some of you seeking, I'm giving. Fruits of the labor, y'all flexing, I'm living aloud. Aging like fine wine, I'm counting these pennies, place the highest values on my time. Try to be a son of the Most High, reflect brightness and contrast and low vibes to the death. Lack of balance and not enough rest. Doubt take me through the fire, woke up in cold sweats. She whispers I equate to nothing, but we all know you're up to something, cause my soul stays heavy like the D-line. Place my worth up above, never anchored to your love or acceptance, even when I get quite reckless. I made it through the darkness, thank heavens.
All right, so that's our main vocal chain. Today we're going to now go ahead and send this bus out for some reverb and delay. So in the previous series where we did mixing R&B vocals, we did the reverb and the delay on the actual chain in Studio Rack. But for this video, I'm going to use the method that I generally like to use because it gives you more flexibility in reusing some of these effects, and it just keeps things efficient. We're going to go up to our sends, and we're going to send this out to, let's just say bus 2, and we'll call this verb. And then this is just going to send this processed signal out to the reverb. So I'm going to pick a reverb. Again, we're using all Waves plugins in this series. So I'm going to select the Reverb, which I like. If I can find it here, I have a lot of Waves plugins, as you can see. Let's go into there. And with mixing reverb, especially in this way with the send, what I like to do is send quite a bit to it at first, just so I can get a feel for really just the space and the vibe itself of the reverb, and then we kind of tame it and bring it back in the mix. So let's just solo the vocal here, or we'll solo the entire bus.
I've been going through it lately, testing my patience. This world wants to break me down. Some of you seeking, I'm giving.
So obviously it's very, very wet and washy right now. That's fine. Again, we're just picking up the vibe of this. I am going to EQ this and go ahead and get rid of some of this low end and the reverb, just so I can get a better perspective. And let's try Hall 2.
I've been going through it lately, testing my patience. This world wants to break me down. Some of you seeking, I'm giving. Fruits of the labor.
So very cool. I like that Hall 2 reverb. And then I'm going to turn the time down.
I've been going through it lately, testing my patience. This world wants to break me down. Some of you seeking, I'm giving. Fruits of the labor, y'all flexing, I'm living aloud. Aging like.
So that sounds pretty cool. Again, just in terms of space and overall feel, that's about right. So now I'm going to go back to the send, and I'm going to bring this back just so it's not so washy.
I've been going through it lately, testing my.
And then, of course, we're going to mix it in the context of the beat. So we'll go over here.
Lack of balance and not enough rest. Lack of balance and not enough rest. Doubt take me through the fire, woke up in cold sweats. She whispers I equate to nothing, but we all know you're up to something, cause my soul stays heavy like the D-line.
So just bring that in there until, as a listener, you start to feel like we're getting a little of that pleasant space. It's putting it in the pocket, giving us a nice air to it. But again, we don't want it to be washy and something that's distracting from the vocal. And this reverb is done to taste. There's rap vocals that are going to be extremely washy. The artist would like it that way, or just stylistically in terms of the genre, maybe that's the case. And then there's others that are going to be very dry. So it's up to you how much you want to put on here. But the other thing to note is that we did use a stereo reverb. So spatially, that gives us a different perspective. if we had set this to be a mono reverb. So you can experiment with those. But now we're going to send in the same way. We're going to go to another aux here, and we're going to do the delay. We're going to set that up the same way. So let's go to verse delay, and then we're going to put on the H delay, which is one of my favorites. This is a classic from Waves. Very nice delay plugin. And we're going to turn off analog, and we're going to turn the wet dry down some here. I'm going to solo the aux while we get a feel for it.
Lack of balance and not enough rest. Doubt take me through the fire. Woke up in cold sweats. She whispers I equate to nothing, but we all know you're up to something. I've been going through it lately, testing my patience. This world wants to break me down. Some of you seeking, I'm giving. Fruits of the labor, y'all flexing, I'm living aloud.
So obviously that's just way too much right now, but let me go ahead and turn the wetness up, and then I'm going to turn this back.
I've been going through it lately.
And I may do a slower delay time on this one. Let's see.
I've been going through it lately, testing my patience. This world wants to break me down. Some of you seeking, I'm giving. Fruits of the labor, y'all flexing, I'm living aloud. Aging like fine wine, I'm counting these pennies, place the highest values on my time. Try to be a son of the Most High, reflect bright.
So using the filters, we've really just got some low mids that are presenting themselves, and it's just giving us a little bit of a stereo excitement, but you're not really going to hear this quite as obviously in the mix. So let's just go ahead and listen with the beat.
I've been going through it lately, testing my patience. This world wants to break me down. Some of you seeking, I'm giving. Fruits of the labor, y'all flexing, I'm living aloud. Aging like fine wine, I'm counting these pennies, place the highest values on my time. Try to be a son of the Most High, reflect brightness and contrast and low vibes to the death.
So that's pretty subtle, right? We do need to turn this feedback down. You can hear it hangs out quite a bit too long. So I'm going to turn that back. And that feels pretty good for our reverb and delay. So let's go ahead and move on down here to these ad-libs. I did a little bit of singing. And what I did was just layer a kind of a punch. Let's mute the instrumental and I'll let you hear what's going on there.
Fruits of the labor, y'all flexing, I'm living aloud. Aging.
So there, the pitch is not too great right now.
Y'all flexing, I'm living aloud.
But you get the idea. First, let's go ahead and just send these to our own aux. And so we'll just call these singing ad-libs. And then I'm going to copy our Studio Rack preset. Again, this was recorded the exact same way. So we can use this as a starting point. Another great feature about using Studio Rack is you can just save these presets. You can copy, just that single insert, and you've already got your vocal chain set up, and we can go in and make some adjustments here. But I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to bring these down, and we're just going to balance them into the track. So we'll do, this one was intended to be, again, left and right, the same way I recorded the punches. So we'll bring those up after we hard pan them.
Labor, y'all flexing, I'm living aloud. Labor, y'all flexing, I'm living aloud. Aging like fine wine. Labor, y'all flexing, I'm living aloud. Labor, y'all flexing, I'm living aloud. Aging like fine wine. Labor, y'all flexing, I'm living aloud. Aging labor, y'all flexing, I'm living aloud.
So in terms of just the general balance, that's where I want to be. I do want to tune these a little bit, so I'm going to put Waves tune on them. So let's see. Put this one on here, and we'll just solo it.
Y'all flexing, I'm living aloud.
So it's pretty flat. I think it's in G minor. Let's try that. So I'm just going to set this to G natural minor, and I'm going to set the speed pretty fast.
Y'all flexing, I'm living aloud. Y'all flexing, I'm living aloud.
So that's a little better. Let's do that on this one too.
Y'all flexing, I'm living aloud.
Let's set this to G minor.
Y'all flexing, I'm living aloud. Y'all flexing, I'm living aloud. Y'all flexing, I'm living aloud.
That's a little better. All right, one more. Promise you won't have to listen to me sing for much longer.
Y'all flexing, I'm living aloud.
Yeah, there's one note in here that that does not sound right to me. So let's see if we can make a little adjustment. Again, this is a backing layer, so I'm not trying to make it super natural for those of you singers out there. I just want this to be an accent. You're flexing, I'm living aloud. This note, I think, is... You're flexing, I'm living aloud. Yeah, that's better. You're flexing, I'm living aloud. Yeah, let's just leave that there. You're flexing, I'm living aloud. Cool. That's much better. So let's hear all those together. You're flexing, I'm living aloud. Aging like fine wine. Nice. Now, I do think the tone of these needs to be a little bit more high cut. They have quite a bit of lows in here, so I'm going to go in and let's just use maybe the Q10 and roll off some more of these lows here. You're flexing, I'm living aloud. You're flexing, I'm living aloud. You're flexing, I'm living aloud. Cool. So now this is why I like to use the reverb on oxes, is because we can reuse this. And I'm going to make the reverb wetter for these singing ad-libs. So we'll go over here to our verse verb, and we're just going to send that signal out. And we're going to use quite a bit more reverb on these. You're flexing, I'm living aloud. All right. And I do hear a little, I think it's me clicking my mouse, stopping the DAW here. So we'll just... You're flexing, I'm living aloud. Okay, so that sounds pretty good there. Let's hear it in the context. You're flexing, I'm living aloud. So they're a little loud. I'm gonna bring them back just a touch. You're flexing, I'm living aloud. Aging like fine wine. I'm counting. You're flexing, I'm living aloud. Aging like. So then it might be cool to have a like a quarter note. Let's hear what they sound like on this reverb that we already have set up with the quarter note delay. You're flexing, I'm living aloud. Aging like fine wine. I'm counting these. That's pretty cool, actually. You're flexing, I'm living aloud. Aging like fine wine. I'm counting these pennies placed. I'm gonna bring it back. Let's just make it more subtle. But yeah, those sound pretty good now. So let's move on to our other ad-libs. We've got, what is this ad-lib? Through the fire, woke up in cold sweats. She whispers I equate to nothing. Woke up in cold sweats. So this is just a breath noise here. I'm trying to give the effect of, waking up in cold sweats in this verse. So let's go ahead and send this once again to its own aux track. And we'll just call this breath effect. And then I'm going to copy studio rack. Woke up in cold sweats. She whispers I woke up in cold sweats. And for this, I want to do something unique in the sense that we're not going to reuse a reverb. I'm going to try something different, and let's go to maybe once again the R verb, but there's some cool little algorithms in here that can give us unique effects. And I'm going to go down to, let's try maybe the reverse. Ah, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to do that. Let's get some of the high end of that. Let's put the H delay on it, and we'll do like a, we'll do a quarter note here. Little ping pong. All right, let's try that. Woke up in cold sweats. She whispers I equate to nothing. So we'll turn that delay up just a touch. We do want it to be subtle, but woke up in cold sweats. She whispers I equate to nothing. But we all know you're up to something, cause my... All right, one more ad lib. We've got this little ad lib. I just put this in here for fun. This is not something I'm gonna use, I don't think. But I did want to use it as an example in the video. You ain't nothing. But we all know you're up. It's supposed to be, the young lady whispering in my ear saying, you ain't nothing. Wait to nothing, you ain't nothing. But we all know you're up to something. So obviously, I don't sound like a high-pitched female's vocal. So we got to figure out how we're going to achieve that. And that's actually pretty easy with a certain waves plugin that I have. So we're going to go ahead and route this to bus 6. And we'll call this Crazy Chick. I don't know. And then I'm going to, let's go ahead and we'll move that studio rack just to get it processed. And then you ain't nothing. But we all know you're up. Then you ain't nothing. And I'm going to go to waves pitch. Where is it? Ultra pitch shift. There we go. All right, so let's open this up. And what we want to do, what makes this really useful is that not only are we changing the pitch, but we can adjust the format. It's very different than if we just transposed it. It probably wouldn't sound nearly as realistic, but let's go ahead. You ain't nothing.
You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing.
So I did have to switch that coupling on, and we turned it to mid-side.
You ain't nothing.
You ain't nothing.
You ain't nothing.
Pretty big difference, right? So then let's put a little bit of reverb on there. We'll send this out to our verse verb.
You ain't nothing.
But we all
You ain't nothing.
But we all know you're up to something. Cause
And then let's just pan it maybe to the left.
You ain't nothing.
But we
You ain't nothing.
But we all know you're
You ain't nothing.
But we all know you're up to something. Cause my soul.
All right, let's take a listen to what we did mixing this rap verse start to finish. We did the mains, we did the backgrounds, we did the punches, we did the ad-libs, and we did some cool stuff using Only Waves plugins and Studio Rack. So I'm going to bring up our main vocal chain here, and let's take a listen.
I've been going through it lately, testing my patience. This world wants to break me down. Some of you seeking, I'm giving. Fruits of the labor, y'all flexing, I'm living aloud. Aging like fine wine, I'm counting these pennies, place the highest values on my time. Try to be a son of the Most High, reflect brightness and contrast and low vibes to the death. Lack of balance and not enough rest. Doubt take me through the fire, woke up in cold sweats. Your whispers I equate to nothing.
You ain't nothing.
But we all know you're up to something. Cause my soul stays heavy like the D-line. Place my worth up above, never anchored to your love or acceptance. Even when I get quite reckless, I made it through the darkness, thank heavens.
All right, y'all, there it is. Even the crazy chick is featured on there with me. It was a lot of fun, y'all. If you have any questions about mixing rap verses with Waves plugins or Studio Rack or anything that we did in the video, feel free to leave a comment below. If you learned anything in the video, please like, subscribe, and consider sharing. And we'll talk to you soon.
I equate to nothing, but we all know you're up to something. Cause my soul stays heavy like the D-line. Place my worth up above, never anchored to your love or acceptance. Even when I get quite reckless, I made it through the darkness, thank heavens. Pour my soul out into every word I share with you.